Good evening. I'm Socrates Garrett, and we're broadcasting live from right here in Jackson, Mississippi, the heart of the Deep South. We believe digital.com, our own platform. And so it's critically important that in the African American community, we control the narrative. I look forward to receiving opportunities to show and advertise your products for goods and services and to move your brand along in this community. We're broadcasting live on Facebook. And we believe digital podcasts with shows like this to bring articulate, intelligent conversations and dialogue to our platform. So I'm here to continue sounding the alarm. This is how the South is going to rise again. Good evening and welcome to Socrates Garrett Live. We're broadcasting live from right here in Jackson, Mississippi, in the heart of the Deep South. Mississippi, my hometown. I call it a town because we all know one another. Mississippi. You know, we are a state that gets talked about and looked down on by most everyone else, regardless of where they're from. You know, it's something to be from Mississippi, and you can be poor and you can be downtrodden and you can have a tremendous history that you had to go through to get to wherever you are. And sometimes we look down on people, but I refer back to Booker T. Washington when he said, it's not the heights that you obtain, but the depths from which you came. Where did you start from? Some of us are overachieving, even if we only have a job working on the debone line, we are still achieving and maybe overachieving. And you would be surprised at the number of families that come from humble beginnings that are raising and growing and teaching and creating doctors and lawyers and engineers and athletes and all kinds of things. We rise. So when we say this is how the South is going to rise again, we are going to show you that by showcasing the talent that's here in Mississippi. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook, then go ahead on and subscribe to the program, send us stars. We need your support. Our content is worthy of your investment. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to the program, share the program with others. We are sitting right there between shows like Charleston White and Shannon Sharp and everybody else that's there. So we believe digital podcast studio being seen all over the world in over 139 different countries. You can get us there. Our content, when we look at our analytics, we have viewers in Germany, in Vietnam, all over the world. And so we want to send a shout out to all of those that are following us, and to all of our viewers. We welcome you again to this show. But this evening, very special show. I was sitting in my office actually going through a webinar on how to grow a podcast show. And as often happens here at the Garrett complex, a gentleman came by and introduced himself. And we began to talk and share stories and ideas. And I found the conversation to be interesting to the point that I wanted to bring it to the rest of the world. So I have a very special guest in the studio with me here now, who is commonly known as Tony B. Anthony Bryan is his real name that his parents gave him.
Yes, yes.
But they call him Tony B with Global One Records.
Yes.
Tony, welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me, sir. Thank you for having me.
I want you to tell our viewers out there a little bit about who you are, where you come from. That's one thing in the South we always ask. Who are you folk? Yeah. Where you come from? You just don't show up.
Definitely.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I give a little bit. Like I said, my name is Anthony Bryan, commonly known as Tony B, like he said. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I was born there. My mother moved here, saying that she was trying to bring us a better life, you know, everybody did, after she went up there and came back. And then I went to school here pretty much, Green Elementary, part of Powell, Chastain, Callaway. got to know a lot of people in here in the state of Mississippi. I mean, Jackson as a whole. Moved around. My mother moved around quite a bit from different neighborhoods to neighborhood like we're doing when coming up. So I got to know a lot of different people in Jackson. Like landed to all sides. That's the best I can say.
Okay. Okay. Well, I tell you, we are different in the South. We stop and speak. We wave at one another. We move around. So yeah, we know one another from one side of the city to the next side. It's not like Chicago. The west side and the south side may not know what's going on, but in Mississippi, South Jackson, we know what's going on in South Jackson and in North Jackson. So Tony, tell me about Global One Records. How did you get into that, and what is that all about?
Okay, the way Global One Records came about because I've always been into the music industry here in Jackson. I've helped start a few things around here. To go back some years, in the '80s, there was a movement called Two Back Too Strong Show. That was on 90.1. The first show that we did over there with Charles Evans, his radio station. He gave us a platform, and a lot of people started to know who we were from then with DJing. And we moved around the city quite a bit from there. We started another organization called 601 Click, where we pooled all of the talent within the city under one umbrella, and we decided we work together and start to move around and make music and let the rest of the city see what we were doing.
What year was this?
That had to have been in the early 90s.
Early 90s. So you were able to put black people together in the early 90s. Yes. That's a tough job, Tony.
Yes, sir. We were able to pull us all together, and it actually was doing very well. Had a few notable names that came from it. Your Mississippi Mafias, several Wildlife Society, several of the guys back then came from under that umbrella that had their own movements. We didn't start their movement, but they all was under the same umbrella with us all. With the goal at the end of the day was to actually bring us together to stop some of the violence that was going on in the streets. Because when we came up, you had a choice between music. A lot of times, hip hop get a bad rep because they say it's this negative, is this that, because they only push it one side. We came up, you had the positive rap, you go the Afrocentric stuff, more of the about African heritage and all that, and we had a choice. And then it came along, everything else came along the way, and we could talk about the politics, but I ain't gonna get out to it today.
Well, the deal is, with the difference in our generation. So no, I'm a Motown guy.
Okay.
I I still love Smokey Robinson and the Temptations, and I was in St. Louis, Missouri in 1966 with the Four Tops.
Okay.
Man, I tell you, life was good, and I was rolling fast, Tony. Look, compare music in Mississippi to other places, like the Mississippi Delta. How do we stack up against other cities and towns?
Well, the one thing that we have here, as we all know, Mississippi is America's birthplace. Music birthplace is Mississippi. America's music birthplace in Mississippi. And what we do know, the soul that we have is spreaded everywhere else, but you get that raw, authentic soul from right here. When I hear our music, I can actually hear us speaking. Like people say, I rap what I do, or I sing what I do. I hear a lot of other people, not knocking them. They have it, but it sounds more authentic coming from Mississippi to me.
I guess they lived it.
They lived it.
And it was hard in Mississippi.
Yes.
Old spirituals and that we sung, man, and Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. I mean, there was pain.
Yes.
You wanted to get away from some pain if you're asking for a chariot to come take you home.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It was some hard times, Tony. And the Mississippi Delta was notorious for hard times. And so a lot of people don't know much about it, but you say Mississippi is actually the birthplace of music?
Yeah, birthplace of American music. Yeah, right here. Yeah, Mississippi. We it all started at Delta Blues, like I said, the more hard days in the sun, and us wanting to get relief that frustration, and we it sung out. Like when I read about the ancestors that was out there and other people that were out there, they would sing and pass messages along through song. So all of that was born right here in state of Mississippi. So,
Tell me about Malaco. Malaco seemed to have been a recording studio that did extremely well. Had some notable clients, Dorothy Moore, a
mhm,
few others, Frank Williams. They seem to have done extremely well.
mhm.
Uh, but I believe it was white on.
Yes, yes. Is that Tommy Couch? I think Couch them over there. They have it. I don't know as much about their infrastructure, but as far as them being a notable record label worldwide, yes, they are.
Okay.
And they did, like I said, they did fairly well, and they put out some very good artists that's worldwide known. And I think they purchased a lot of catalogs that was out there later too, of lot of different people. Um, I never got a chance to really do much music, so to speak, because I don't think they want to put their hand on as much hip hop as they did because they already had the cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
Being with gospel,
Mm-hmm.
gospel. They push more of gospel, more of blues, because
Mm-hmm.
and then you had because Memphis rap street with Selecto hits, pretty much was almost like they were. So I think they had an agreement
Okay.
somewhere up in there. You don't
Okay,
touch
so they
this, I
had
don't.
their niche,
Yeah, you don't
and
touch this, I don't
they
touch
kind
that.
of stayed in their niche.
Yeah, pretty
Recording
much.
studios. My good friend
Mhm.
over 16 bars,
Ah,
KJ.
KJ, that's my guy.
That's your
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. I mean, KJ, I did some of my first records. I was a recording artist as well, but I did some of my first records over there with KJ.
Okay,
Solo records, I say that.
he and Lex Luger.
Yeah,
You
Lex
know
Luger.
Lex?
Yes, good friend, good guy.
Okay,
They're
okay.
very good guys.
What? Tell me about Morgan Freeman and his role. And I think he's got Ground Zero in Clarksdale and Biloxi. What is his entree into the music world?
Uh, Lex Luger would know more about Morgan because he spent more time around that. Me in the blues circuit, to be honest, I didn't spend a lot of time in that genre. But I see what he's been doing up there with that club for the last 15, 20 years. He has that
Yeah,
club up there.
yeah.
I've been to it. He has a nice place, and I think he's used that to bridge the gap between a lot of people who would like to see what the Mississippi Delta is about.
Okay.
I think, and they would look at him as one of those key people that they can, okay, I can go down here and holler at Morgan, some of your bigger name people within the industry. And he was able to bridge a lot of gap and bring a lot of notable eyes to the state of Mississippi. And I'm glad to see him moving around.
Critical relationship to have if you can get it.
Yes,
it's a good,
yes,
good
yes,
ticket if you
yes,
can get it.
yes,
Now
yes.
we're up against a commercial break, and so we're going to go to commercial break, and
Okay.
then after that we're going to come back, and Tony is going to tell us and share with us on how young musicians can monetize their talent, their art, their skills. Because if you're not making it make money, it's not making sense. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Socrates Garrett ENT.com is a diversified firm specializing in recycled aggregates and crushed concrete. Socrates Garrett ENT.com's recycled materials provide the construction industry with significant economic and environmental benefits by recycling clean concrete rubble into M.Dot grade rock materials. Recycled aggregates and crushed concrete can be applied to driveways, road construction, bank protection, parking lots, general bulk fills, and more. By using Socrates Garrett ENT.com's crushed concrete products, anyone from homeowners to general contractors can help reduce landfilled concrete waste, conserve natural resources, and gain significant economic savings on materials and disposal costs. For more information, please call 601-896-0084 or visit us online at SocratesGarrettENT.com.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
And we're back. This is We Believe Studios, broadcasting live from right here in Jackson, Mississippi. No, this is not California nor Detroit. This is Jackson, Mississippi, an African-American owned and operated broadcasting studio and network. If you're watching us on Facebook, send a star, share this program with your friends and family. Subscribe to the program. If you're watching us on YouTube, then go ahead on and subscribe to our program and share this with your friends and family. We're also on Twitch. We're also live on TikTok. So you can find us on just about any other program. And after this show, you will see all of these clips about the important high notes of our conversation today on Instagram and Reels and Shorts on all of these platforms. So we're here for you. We need your support. Subscribe to the program. Now we're going to get right back to our guest. Tony,
Yes.
we were talking about if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Young artists have not figured out exactly how to monetize their talents. What has been your experience, and how successful were you? When did you fail at it? Everybody fails at some point in time. And so share with us a little bit on how you think they can monetize their talent.
Okay. Today is different from what it was when we started. Like you said, you have more physical. It's different. It's not different. Let me say that. My bad. You had more physical and tangible things that you could sell a CD, you could sell a record, you could sell a tape, so on and so on. Today with the streams, you only get so much money from streams. You have to have so many millions in order to really see some real money on it. You get see this title. I forgot who's the highest paid. Maybe YouTube the highest paid. But long story short, you can monetize by when it comes to streaming. It's more of how many clips you have. Your Spotify and how many platforms you are, and renaming these clips. You can put one clip out today and come back and rename it again and make it something totally new. It may go viral that way, but each and every one of your platforms that you mentioned, you have to have something on all those. That's one way of getting money. The other one, you're trying to make your name as big as you possibly can to sell something. Tangible items, like I just said, shirt, towel, hat, shoe, anything. Long story short, bring them to your website, bring them to your platforms, and let them buy something from them. You know, let them shop with you. Amazon, all these different places out there. You put up your store in front of all these in order for them to come shop with you. You know, so you be more idealistic, and the more creative you be, and bring it out there for sale.
So we in my generation, we made money brick by brick. Mm-hmm. In your generation, y'all made money click by click.
I like that.
Yeah. So the deal is, we then have to invest in our youth, in our talent, but they have to do it differently. Mm-hmm. So you're saying you could have millions of views, but you're still not selling anything if you don't get caught up in the algorithm.
Exactly. There's a lot of people who are just got, like I said, a lot of hype, and you see how they really living. You be like, wait a minute, I thought this, and not, at the end of the day, your popularity is so many companies you can brand with. That's another thing. Once your popularity get there, they're going to offer you branding, and that's one of the main things you want to do. It's the name of the game is sales. At the end of the day, I don't care, no matter what you're doing, the name of the game is sales. Get with those different brands on your Facebook, on those different things. They'll show you when it's time for you to monetize. They'll actually bring it to you. They'll inbox you and tell you you're set for monetizing. Show you how to go about the steps and everything and putting it together. And with my artists, for instance, I mentioned my record label, Global One Records. Like I said, my artist is K-Way. We're in the process of right now of getting all her stuff. We just did all the mock-ups. As of now, we have T-shirts we're putting up on the website. We have towels, hoodies, and I'm finna do a lip gloss line with her because she noticed she had her logo right there. One of her sayings, so we said, okay, we can try a lip gloss line with this as well. So that's the name of the game. You want to put something up and get it hot enough to where people want to gravitate to your platform, and once you got them, have something for them, because you can't always say that they're going to be there. When they come to you, have something for them to do, have something for them to buy, have something for them to buy.
And so there's discretionary money out here. It just depends upon who is more creative, that's going to be able to attract dollars to their products and their talents. And so K-Way is this a product? Is this a garment? Is this lip gloss. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Kway is an artist. She's a rap artist. She's on my label, Global One. Meant to have a picture, but long story short, she has a single out right now called "Give Me That." You can check her out on official.kway. That's with three Y's. I'm sorry, official.kway. And you'll see the videos there, and also what's the other at kway.com.
So you can see the generational gap here. For me, I don't know who K-Way is. I thought it was a product, but it's an artist, a person that is actually doing their thing.
Yeah, she's doing her thing.
I mean, you are selling garments and things with that logo and her brand on your website.
Yes, we can ready to launch it.
Get ready to launch
it because we her new single is getting ready to come out on the 26th of the month. It's called Itchy Yaya. We can ready to launch a new single. And we're excited about this. Getting ready to do her single release party, and we also scheduled to release her EP at the around middle of August or somewhere in there.
So, who is the hottest artist in Mississippi right now? You think?
Kway.
I shouldn't have asked. I should have known it was going to be somebody that's affiliated with him on Global One. So, yeah, Kway, you think is pretty hot. Tell me about this new music that we call Southern Soul.
Okay. Well, okay. You don't mind? Let's say one more thing before we get too far from that.
Yeah.
Say a little something about Kway. She's been moving around quite a bit right now. We just did 20,000 down in South Carolina on the We Outside tour with the baby, Boss Mandilo, Boston Richie. Kodak Black was on it, but y'all know his situation. He had to leave, and she did very well on that. We just did Miami. We're scheduled to go do Chicago this weekend. We'll be up there for the Black Yacht Weekend. She's hosting.
You'll be up there for what?
Black Yacht Weekend.
Black's got yachts.
Black's got yachts.
Damn, I tell you the truth. I don't know of no black yachts in Jackson now. There may be some down on Corpus Christi in the bay down there, but that is wonderful. You know, if you're black, you ought to have a yacht. They made them.
Yes, and it was beautiful. They stretched. They got us two big pictures of her on two different boats on the side of it with our QR code, so you can.
You tell Kway, I want to go to the concert and I want to get my picture on the black yacht, one of those black yachts for sure. I think that's fabulous.
Yes,
you know, Lee Trevino said in the golf tournaments, he said that somebody has got to win this golf tournament. It might as well be me.
Exactly. I agree.
Somebody has got to own a yacht.
Yes, sir.
It might as well be Kway or you or me.
In due time.
In due time.
That's the whole idea.
If you don't quit.
Not going to quit. Consistency is the key.
Consistency is the key. Tell our young folks again what the keys are to being successful.
Consistency is the key. Failure is a part of it. Don't get discouraged because you didn't win this day. You swung, you might have struck out, get back up, swing again. Don't stop swinging until you hit your target. That is the main thing of all. Stay consistent. Pray first. Forgot about that, pray first. Deal with your family and move out. That's the order of the day. And tomorrow, the rest of it, that's what life is pretty much. Is stay consistent. Stay consistent.
Now you mentioned a term called move out.
Yes.
I guess that means you need to leave a house. You know, a lot of our teens, don't want to leave the house no more. You know, and I ran away from home because they were putting that heat on me. But now teens are so comfortable that we've made it so good for them until they just stay at home.
Right.
And I don't think that's good. But anyway, culture is whatever the culture is. Now, we're getting ready to wrap up our show and our time today. I have really enjoyed our conversation.
Yes, sir. Me too.
I hope that our viewers out there all over the world will understand that we have some of the greatest talent, some of the greatest artists in the world right here in Mississippi. And Tony B is doing his thing, traveling all over the world, following his God-given gifts and talent and trying to make a difference and to make some real money.
Yes, sir.
So that he can help those that are coming behind him as well as enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Sir, but you mentioned something key. Helping those that come behind us. I once heard somebody say, "No one man can rise. No one man can rise above his nation." That no matter what it is. So remember that. The bigger the back, the bigger the front. This is what the people taught me when I was coming up. You want to always help those around you, especially if they're looking to be taught. If they're not looking to be taught, I understand that too. You can't beat it down them, but if you can teach them something and help them keep along the way, please do. Please do. Always remember this. Not all about you. Never all about you.
It's not all about you. You heard it right here on We Believe Digital Broadcast from Tony B. Y'all stay safe and good night.
Good night.